I'm just gonna take a quick moment to tell you guys why I decided to do this challenge of changing my own oil. You guys know I do inspirational messages, and I talk about how you can build the life that you want. Life's not happening to you, you are lucky. And so for me, one of the challenges has been outsourcing things that I know I can do myself. So I, in true form, looked up how to do an oil change on my 2017 Santa Fe, and I got some help. And I said, let me do this. And it took some phone calls, and it took some video watching, and it took some finagling, but I finally got it, and you can too. So ladies, you don't have to outsource things that are simple that you can do yourself with a little bit. You don't have to spend tons of money, especially if you have a big vehicle, $80, $100 on oil changes every few months. You only need to oil change your vehicle every 8,000 to 10,000 miles. If you get your own oil and filter, you will see on the boxes it tells you that. Of course, always go by your manufacturer and what they tell you in your manual, but you will see that a lot of times it's just to get extra money from you. And in this case, you are in charge of the oil you put in your car, how tight the nuts and bolts are on your car. You can, once you do that initial oil change, determine how the oil change is going to happen, how often it's going to happen, and you now know all the parts on your car, so you know, at least in that area, what's amiss and what is not. You don't have to be taken advantage of, and you don't have to spend the extra money. For this oil change, I spent about $20 on my oil. I had all these tools that I've collected over time, but I would recommend like a Harbor Freight if you're gonna get some tools. Make sure you check your manual on the size of the socket and wrench you'll need for your oil change for your particular vehicle. And you can decide, do I want full synthetic? Do I want semi-synthetic? Of course, go by your manual, but if you want performance for your vehicle, you definitely want to check that as well. They ask you when you go get your oil change, so you might as well figure that one out yourself too. But you can do it. You are life. Life doesn't happen to you. And I hope this encourages somebody out there. Yes, it took me like 20 million tries, but I finally did it. And this is one of those videos that's like, I'm not the expert, but I want you guys to see it can be done. And guess what? Now I'm going to be doing my oil changes till my car dies and I don't want it anymore. And you can too. So I'll see you guys. This won't break your heart, but it will break that seal off that nut on that filter. Well, on the oil pan. Yay. Okay, just a quick commercial break. Just to remind you guys, we do this content every Sunday, and to like and subscribe and share with some of your greatest pals out there. If you love exploring life's journeys, being creative in your problem solving, and just being really important, finding important ways to help others find their why, then you should be subscribing to this channel. I'm Facebook and YouTube. Every Sunday we post original content to show you some great things about life and help you and others along the way. Won't you subscribe? I hope you do. Now back to the content. Bye. I kind of consider it a success. I didn't get it all over the place like I thought I would. What do you guys think? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, at the end of your oil change, you always have to check the engine oil. So we're gonna pull it here, make sure it's at the level it needs to be at, all right? Cool. And if you can see here, so it's a little past the full, actually quite a bit there, which means that we're good. I put in, for my vehicle, 4.5 liters and a bottle, a smaller bottle, another quart. So, which is what the owner's manual called for. Called for 5 quarts and then another quart, so about 6 quarts for this vehicle. On the other side, the metric side, it's in liters. So we might go a little bit less next time, but so far so good. So just to recap, I got this from Harbor Freight, and it stores the oils so that you can get rid of the oil at a designated recycling location. I went to AutoZone, and this is how I use this, just so I can recap. I opened this up, so that's where the oil went when I removed it from my vehicle. And then when you recycle it, you open this up, pour it in their recycle bin, just like I showed you guys, and you're good to go. You can use it for another day. I like this container because you can leave it far enough back that it can catch most of the oil when you're removing the drain plug. I actually found this very helpful for my first time doing this. I did get a little on my gloves and a teeny bit on the tarp that I had, but you guys saw, for the most part, it went right on in here and it was perfect. This is where you recycle the oil, right in here. I didn't get to film actually doing it, but this is how it goes. You empty it here, and then you can even wipe it off with a nice little cloth. Isn't that awesome? Hey guys, so yeah, on a personal note, I wanted to discuss a little bit more about why that oil change and empowering people to do things on their own, like oil changes, is so important to me. I actually had a really bad experience with an oil change. I've had companies that I've taken my vehicle to not put enough oil in, overfill the oil. I've had companies put my filter in wrong. I've had companies gouge me on money. I have had companies give me the wrong information about my vehicle in general. And the feeling that you feel is helplessness, is I don't have the skill, I'm stuck. I have to listen to what this person has said, and I have to take them at their word. You don't have to do that. If you figure out how to do something like an oil change, or if you are trying to figure out how to fix your wheels, right? Like how to make sure that if you have a flat, you can take care of it, things like that. Okay, that's just on the car, but you guys know I do all kinds of other house DIYs. But this is just an example of not feeling like you are stuck in life, feeling like you can find a way, because life isn't happening to you. You are life. So go out there and figure out how to do it. I literally, like I said earlier, had to make many calls. I had to watch videos, and then I had to get under my car. I had to figure things out, even with those helpful hands. Ultimately, it was up to me. And that's what I hope happens with all of you. Ultimately, it's up to you what you want to do with your life and not other people. So I hope that was a little bit more inspirational for you guys. And I will see you next time on our next DIY or nature adventure. Bye. Okay, so all in all, this oil change took about 2 hours. Obviously, if you get used to doing this, it's gonna take you maybe 30 minutes at the most. So I highly recommend this. Once I figured everything out, really now know and enjoy and will enjoy the freedom of doing my own oil changes. I'm so excited. For $20 or less, if you go to an AutoZone or a Napa and they have a deal on oils and filters, which they do periodically throughout the year. I can get my oil change done, and I can put one of those nifty stickers. I got to show you guys. You don't even have to go for the stickers. You can get the stickers from an AutoZone. And put them right on your car. All right, that's it for today's content. Remember, like, subscribe, and share, and smash that bell if you want to see when I update every Sunday. Bye.